Greetings, brothers and sisters. What is up? Welcome back to yet another one from us. We are trusting, hoping, and believing that all is well with you. We are coming to you with news from Niger once again. Niger has been in a marathon, really, let me call it a marathon, to making sure that they lower the standards of living for Nigerians. And in previous months, we reported that Niger has lowered the price of fuel, and this really came as good news for Nigerians because we saw a lot of them celebrating this move by General Abdurrahman Chani, and they were just thankful to their government for being a supportive government and for being a government that wants to see its people thrive. We know that with fuel, fuel controls most of the things that happen in society. We need fuel to transport goods. We need fuel to transport people. We need fuel for almost everything. Moving things, people from point A to point B, all these things require fuel. And if the fuel prices are high, then it means that the prices of food, the prices of different commodities will also be high. And with that, Niger saw that, we have fuel in our country. We have the mines. We are the ones who mine it. Why don't we reduce the price of fuel so that people can benefit from their minerals? Nigerians can benefit. It's been a good time for Nigerians to see a government that cares, to have a government that is there to make sure that everything that is in Niger belongs to them. And right now we are seeing Abdurrahman Chani and his government lowering the price of cement. Guys, when other presidents are adding more taxes on commodities, on goods and services, these guys are lowering their prices on different commodities. And this is what is happening in Niger. The government continues its policy of lowering prices. Cement has followed suit. Excellent news has arrived for Niger. The price of a ton of cement, which until now stood at 90,000 CFA francs, has just been revised downwards to reach 55,000 CFA francs, a reduction of 35%. What kind of government can do that? The significant drop is the direct result of the removal of several taxes by Nigerian authorities, which weighed on the production and marketing of cement in the country. This measure is part of a series of government decisions aimed at improving the purchasing power of Nigerians. It should be recalled that a few months ago, the authorities had already lowered fuel prices and reduced health care costs. You see what I was talking about? They have reduced health care costs, reduced fuel prices. Now they are reducing cement. Any kind of infrastructural development in Niger requires cement. And these guys have realized that this is a commodity that most Nigerians need. And when you go to West Africa, when you go to the AES countries, the kind of infrastructure that they have, most people, especially in the rural areas, it's just disastrous. Some people have not been able to, make ends meet, and building proper houses, building proper infrastructure has not been something that is part of their plans because that was just too expensive for them. They could not afford it. But right now, Chani is saying, my fellow Nigerians, you can now be able to build yourselves good houses. You can now be able, the country can now even develop to further heights because infrastructure development is also part of, development of a country. And it's just going to be more strides up for Niger, while some of us are just watching. In most African countries, the complaints from the citizens are with matters health care. There is no infrastructure, there are no facilities, there is just nothing, or it's too expensive, you can't even afford it. I don't even want to talk about the recent developments that have just happened in the healthcare sector in Kenya because it's just disastrous. People are suffering. When some are lowering prices, others are taxing even healthcare, taxing everything, you guys, taxing everything and making sure that the citizens suffer. The AES right here is saying, no, we need to make sure that our people live good lives. We need to lower the standards of living in such a way that even the one in the most rural of them all, can still be able to have a good house, can still afford good healthcare services, can still afford to transport their sick person to the hospital because fuel is also cheap. People won't be dying in their homes. People will not be dying because some house that was constructed in poor standards fell on them. People won't be dying from diseases that could be easily treated in the hospital. But just because you can't afford to even go there, you now die. we have a problem in Africa. Our biggest problem is leadership. Some countries have been able to realize that no, the biggest problem that Africa has is leadership. And they took charge, they took control, and they said we can't continue to watch our people suffer when we can make a difference. Whew, brothers and sisters, this is just painful for me coming from a country and living in a country where the leaders absolutely don't care about their people. It's very painful to see that these things are possible, but some of us can never experience them. Well, maybe in a few years from now, when better leaders come up and say, enough is enough. But as it is right now, it's just impossible. Let me know how are things in your country? Especially if you are from Africa, how are things in your country? How's the healthcare sector? How is the leadership there? Are people excited about their leader? Are people celebrating their leader because he cares or she cares? Please give me a picture in the comment section down below, because I don't want to feel pain on my own here when the rest of us are suffering all together. Let's just console each other and come up with solutions for Africa. These things are possible. Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali are doing it. Why not us? These are the questions that we need to keep asking ourselves as the African people. Why not us? If it's possible, just right here. These countries were suffering just the other day. France left them with zero, like this. No infrastructure, no money, nothing, zero. Just holes on the ground. But right now they're picking up from wherever they were left. Picking up all the pieces, building themselves from zero and not leaving their citizens behind. And that is the kind of leadership that we want. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this. If you'd love to support us, we have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box down below. Please buy us coffee. One coffee goes for $5. You can also support us by buying Sahel hats. The link is in the description box down below. You can just click that and you'll be able to purchase it directly from our online store. And you can also support us by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.